Greetings, everyone. It is I, Director Arketer of Arketer Labs, which is typically the case, and most reliably so, on this particular stream. Welcome. As you might see, I am by myself on voice chat. Guests are welcome if you're inclined to join in, and of course you meet the very humble requirements as stressed in the Archives Volunteer Reserve Discord server rules. Well then, pop into the green room and I'll be happy to pull you on. Meanwhile, we'll be getting started with the SCP review shortly. It is a short one, so if you've had an SCP you wanted me to read for some reason, it would be very apt to go ahead and secure for yourself the number of that SCP. So we can go on to the next. Meanwhile, greetings in chat to Carlos Leash, Snoopy S100, Sparky's Tech Corner, Buck Norris. Glad you could all make it. I hope you're all well this fine Thursday. Or at the very least, as well as you can be in context. Which, you know, is kind of the truth of it in general. I mean, considering the global scale of things going wrong, it's always in context, really, isn't it? Hopefully everything's going well for you personally. Obviously not going well entirely, but the world always has problems. Greetings, your boy Pat! Hope you're well. Since I have at least 2 creators in chat, I'd like to remind you all that you're perfectly welcome to promote your own channels and videos at the end of this particular stream. Not right now exactly, but you know, when we get to the final few minutes, I will generally encourage it. And we are raffling off a game, once again provided by the generous Exodus, in which we help find a home for, well, the gifted items in this case. It is Tunguska, the Visitation. I'll be playing the trailer for that. You can sign up for the raffle just by tagging me in chat, or otherwise making sure that I know you're joining the raffle for it. It costs nothing. 1 entry per viewer, all rights reserved, and so on. In any case, I'll just take a quick look in the green room to see if there are any aspiring joiners. And the answer to that is no. It's alright. I understand. I'm getting used to it. I've trained myself with this. This is part of the reason why I made the SRS show, so I could get used to being alone again, on camera, with just me and you. Intimately. In a very non-sexual, non-threatening fashion for us both. Because I'm very fond of you all at a distance. Look, it's the nature of me, my work, and so on and so forth. We're starting off with a very interesting SCP that revolves around a town that is just a dot on the map. Objectively. And it's going to be very short. Again, highly recommended. Someone has suggestions in the end, or else I'll just hit random and we'll see where we go. Which is always high risk, especially with so many more recent questionable entries. Item SCP-5532. Containment class? Safe. Archive containment procedures. Cameras were set up surrounding SCP-5532's theorized border under cover of a story. Bird conservation. Any mentioned disappearances in the area are being monitored by Foundation web crawler. I don't know why they archived it, because they're still doing that. In any case, special containment procedures. Following the removal of Arketer from all mapping services, containment is considered extremely low risk. A single researcher is stationed in the nearby town of Alton to monitor cases of disappearances in the area. I have no idea if I'm saying that right, because there's a very good chance at least one of those names is a shibboleth, which those of you who have watched me for some time know I hate and feel is some sort of grand prank, some relic of the class war. In Britain, particularly. And moving on. Description. SCP-5532 designates a spatial anomaly in West Lancashire. Yeah, that especially seems very shibbolethy. England. SCP-5532 is the supposed site of the town Arketer, present on numerous mapping services such as Google Maps. SCP-5532 was first investigated following large attention by the public from 2008-2009 after being written about by a web service lecturer by the name of Mike Nolan, along with his friend Roy Bayfield from the nearby Edge Hill University. Data from Google shows census records for Arketer stretching back to 1801. Despite this, most other data for the town references events and people who have no further records to prove their existence, similar to the effects of temporal interference. However, this is ruled out due to the lack of external references to the town and lack of any residue tachyons. Whilst preliminary examination found no anomaly at the site, a follow-up investigation discovered an unusually low Hume level, as if part of reality had been relocated or removed from existence. Due to this, 3 Foundation researchers are to be assigned to monitor and document SCP-5532. Addendum 1. I don't have anyone else here to distract me, but we can chat. I can be much more reactive to chat. I usually can. Just checking now and again. I need to pad this one out. It's incredibly short. Numbers welcome. Okay. Where are we? During a routine inspection by 3 Foundation doctors and STF Row 7 greeting party, special task. Okay, who would have possibly gotten to SCP-5532 and not known that... Special Task Force. What was wrong with MTF? Okay, never mind. Digression. Row 7 greeting party, one of the researchers dropped their paper map onto the path they were standing on, causing a collection of buildings to appear in front of them. When the paper was picked up once again, the buildings slowly disappeared for each individual. From data gathered, the effect manifests once a map bearing the town Arketer is dropped on a path leading to the supposed settlement, and once the previous scenery disappears from immediate sight, this can include blinking and covering one's face. Following an interview with researchers and STF personnel, they described the buildings as uncanny, missing large chunks of their structure, almost as if pieces of the town had ceased to exist or never existed in the first place. When moving, these pieces shifted, with other parts of the town appearing or removing itself from existence entirely. In addition to this, the research team noted a large increase in heat during the manifestation, and that the sun appeared far closer and brighter than it should have been. Dr. Gibson has theorized this is a potential K-class scenario that is unknown if it is one that has already been subverted, causing the world to be reset to a prior state, or one in the future. Due to a large increase in the degradation in the town's surrounding area, further exploration was deemed too high of a risk. Okay, that's enough of this machine. Australia isn't a real place. It's almost as false as Finland. Look, I met Australians, and they've proven to me that there is no way Australia is real. Any case, this is a town that is, quite objectively, a dot on the map, and nothing more. Not real, not present, just simply non-existent. Unless, of course, someone has a map they throw on the ground. That's pretty neat. I'm actually surprised the lack of curiosity from the Foundation on this one. I suppose it's an iteration of the Foundation that is bored and numb with these extra normal things, because the old, more reckless iterations of the Foundation might have attempted to establish some sort of facility there. After all, aside of the hazardous weather, the overbright sun and excess heat, I'm thinking it's got to be very secure, especially if they build an underground facility there. Of course, could be a bit alarming if someone picks up the map while the facility is still there. I don't know. It just seems like something that should have been a bit more tested than it has been thus far. But what do I know? So, that was it. I wasn't kidding. That was short. They could have added some... I think this needs some fleshing out. Quite frankly, I think the Foundation should be running a few more tests, explorations, maybe launch a few more drones of the temperature-resistant variety. Perhaps, and this would be important, find out if they can launch a drone, remove the map, and still get a feed from the drone. A lot of experiments they have not done here that would not plausibly be too high a risk. Kind of weak, really. 6 concurrent viewers, 5 likes. I don't think we're going to hit 13 at this rate. If you would like to share this out to anyone you know who might enjoy one of these SCP reviews, please do feel free. I assume everyone here is part of the Volunteer Reserve server? Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, 5 viewers and 6 likes now. Excellent. We're going places. A place. Somewhat. The stream is open to requests for SCP files. Again, this one was a blink of the eye. I blinked for emphasis, but you have to take my word for it. Or don't. It's not going to hurt me either way. Okay, random SCP it is. To the Foundation random SCP button. So, how's the weather where you are? How's the family? Hopefully you're on good terms with them. If not, then I suppose perhaps you would prefer if they were not. Well, but I'd like to be positive here. Quite frankly, it's very important, especially in these times, not to succumb to depression, despair, and nihilism. It's never a good idea. It absolutely isn't. Especially if you really hate the people who are in the process of driving everything right into the dirt. Because if you just say, oh, well, everything's screwed, they're going to win everything and whatnot, yeah, you just kind of help them out, really. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things they're pushing for in the world out there. To make you anxious until you burn out, and then you're just apathetic and nihilistic until the end. Makes you very easily hurted. Optimism is a form of rebellion. Genuine optimism, not that sort of nihilistic, sadistic optimism that is common with people who wear too much pink and like Mondays. Okay, item 5620, containment class Euclid. That's a good picture. I'm not familiar with this one, but it's still vaguely familiar. I bet the Serpent's Hand has a hand in this, in some regard. Moving on. Description. SCP-5620 is a large serpentine entity resembling a garden snake. It is green in coloration with a thick layer of matted grey fur coating the majority of its form. 2 curved horns, composed of keratin, extend from the base of its head. 2 large, dull fangs protrude from its upper jaw, still visible when its maw is closed. While SCP-5620 is sentient, sapient, and capable of speech, its intelligence does not approach that of human beings. This is typically displayed in its general naivety, broken phrasing, and misunderstandings of complex concepts. SCP-5620 has localized omniscience, centered entirely on sapient entities that it may interact with it. The knowledge it gains from these interactions does not last, as SCP-5620 tends to forget what is previously learned and stated within approximately 1 hour. Now, if we have new watchers, greetings. Please, don't be shy. Pop up and chat. Let's get to know each other, platonically and at great distance. But not too much right now. I mean, wanting like little friendship or a pen pal. I can't do that. But I could be regularly found in the Arketer Lab server. I'm making a lot more effort there. I've come a long way. But there's so much farther to go. Never mind. SCP-5620 utilizes the combination of these abilities to reveal the misdeeds, mistakes, or generally embarrassing moments conducted by those it is observing. SCP-5620 was initially discovered in Andrista, a small mountainside village in Lombardy, Italy, after multiple reports of a large serpent attacking livestock and spreading slander were sent to local police departments. A containment team was deployed to the location, quickly discovering SCP-5620 as it was enamored with a colorful mushroom at the base of a tree. The following video transcript provides an example of SCP-5620 interaction, specifically its first conversation with responding containment personnel as they were transporting the entity to Site 322. Oh, this is going to be good. Transcript. Begin log. SCP-5620. Agent Sycamore. Oh, it knows your code name. What's up, Snake Guy?
What? Cryptozoic, CryptoPunk.
Sycamore, NFTs. Hello. Let's get you a Nobel Prize for gracing us with that revelation. Okay, touchy subject, yes.
You spent 300,000.
Sycamore, dollars?
Yes, I thought. That's implied, I guess. Not.
Sycamore, whoa. Hold on. Did you spend $300,000 of real human money on fucking NFTs, Will?
She did. Some would call her an idiot.
That's nice, real nice.
Some would say that, not me. I'm just an observer.
That doesn't change the fact that no one asked you.
No. Do I care? The answer is no.
Sick. I'm gonna be real. I have no idea what this thing's talking about.
Wrong. You. Sycamore.
I'll bite.
Please do not bite.
Figure of speech, big guy.
When you were 12 years old swimming in the pool, you went to the ladder. Your swim pant leg got stuck underwater. You are drowning. You take off your pants, naked, swimming. The girl you fancied was near.
Yeah, that's certainly true.
I know.
Willow, now, did you for real spend 300 grand on fucking JPEGs? Yeah, I fucking kid. You happy? I bought the whole thing. I thought they were gonna be the future.
They were not the future.
No shit.
Yes. No dung here. Good job.
I mean, hindsight is 2020, asshole.
No, the year is 2023.
That's confirming this is a very recent SCP indeed. And aside of the fact they've made MTF agents kind of sound like catty barbers, that's pretty funny. I suppose the idea of this serpent is that if ever wants to see a human being, just goes up to them and then tells them embarrassing things about themselves until they decide that they just might want to die instead. Well, that didn't go well. I know. Problem solved. Don't worry, I didn't need to print it. That was an illusory necessity. So, giant snake, furry, and tells you embarrassing things about yourself until you just want to die. That's hilarious, I grant. That's a fantastic idea. Mind you, this is another one of these SCPs that strikes me as being indistinguishable from an SPJ. But, quite frankly, it would be one that would deserve to be an SP regardless, so I guess I shouldn't argue against myself on that point. Addendum 5621, primary interactions. Upon SP-5620's relocation to Site 322, it revealed a number of hitherto unknown facts regarding the personnel that passed its temporary containment chamber, including Dr. Coy being responsible for the theory of Dr. Leg's food on multiple occasions, Dr. Mooney coordinating a time-stealing scheme with SP-5595, Dr. Hoover scraping the side of Dr. Logg's car and successfully concealing the marks with a can of similar-colored spray paint. Over 300 members of Site 322 staff coordinating the cover-up of a major containment breach so as not to alert Leg and deal with him. Dr. Klein having knowledge of the existence of a colony of gnomes living in the walls of a lower sub-basement. Director Log abruptly halted all relevant containment duties, immediately dismissed the containment team, and barred personnel under a level 4 clearance from accessing SP-5620. There's a single member of personnel with level 4 clearance at Site 322. The following interaction was then recorded as Log was completing the intake form. Oh, greetings, K70. Transcript, begin log.
Set.
Log. It doesn't matter. I'm going to deal with all this when I have the time. Right now, SP-5628 appears at log.
This is not good.
What? What's wrong?
I must not say. I am sorry.
No. Tell me.
I cannot. I do not want to burden you with this. Speak.
Dr. Anthony Coy enters the containment hall in search of Log. Croy. Important! I know you asked for no one to bother you, but we have.
Anthony, I just found this out. You will not believe it.
Should I talk to this thing?
Director Parleg is cast.
Why the fuck couldn't you just say that?
To me.
Yeah, no, I didn't. SCP-5628 peers at Coy.
Dr. Anthony dropped Lego set number 21310 in Log's office. Old fishing village. He put it back together without instructions. Lost 14 pieces.
Are you kidding me? That's $500 set and $500 fucking dollars. You're a fucking snake.
No, I am a snake. This is a human, right? I have never seen one of such a shape.
You know what? Clearly occupied here. I'll just talk to you after this whole thing is over. Coy swiftly exits.
Did you hear? Dr. Coy dropped your Lego.
We're going to stop this train of thought. Let's rewind. SCP-5620 slithers about the containment chamber in a counterclockwise motion. If that helps, sure. What do you mean by cursed?
You are cursed. This should not be difficult to understand.
Is this why I feel like I have to...
Emptiness. Yes. That would be a sign of that.
What else does this entail?
It is a dark cloud swirling.
Go on.
I cannot speak anymore. Too scary for me.
Log radios Coy to return. Coy swiftly reintroduced the containment hall. What's up?
You will not believe it, Director Log. There is a dark cloud of bad energies. He is cursed.
Log whispers in Coy's ear. You cursed him.
I did clearly.
Are you kidding me? Why?
I do not mean to. It is inadvertent. You have a lot of negative energy. When I focus on one person with already a lot of negative energies, it starts a cycle. Self-sustaining. It's your fault for being so negative. You should do yoga, or perhaps meditate, or perhaps even swallow a small mammal whole. That is what I do after a hard day.
Look, alright, it's being honest part. How about we... Don't patronize me, and how about this? How about you don't ever touch my motherfucking goddamn orange peeled beef again, and maybe I'll decide to listen to a single penny of yours sometime in the next 30 years.
See? Negative energies. So moist and decadent. How can I resist? Answer. I cannot.
Snake, since you've been in open book.
I'm never open.
Sure, you've been honest. This is my point. Can you tell me how I might go about removing the curse that's been placed upon Mr. Log here?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. I do that all.
Silence as SCP-5620 glances around its containment chamber. Log. Sweet mother, tell us the instructions, please!
You should have asked that earlier. I must gather all the townsfolk. I'll get on stage. I need a stage, by the way. We will squeeze out all your negative energies. The curse will be no more after that, because there'll be nothing left to eat.
The voice is really inspired by Harry Potter. I'm not sure if the snake was. The snake is basically like a limited, omniscient... Well, it's Drax the Destroyer if he was in fact a giant psychic snake. This is Drax the Destroyer if he was a giant psychic snake that can read your mind and learn all your most embarrassing secrets over, like, instantly. That's about right. Oh dear. Addendum 5620.2, curse removal. Director Log organized a mandatory meeting of all Site 3322 staff, and the site's amphitheater personnel were not told what this event entailed, and upon entry, the doors out of the lecture hall were locked and then guarded by unarmed on-site security agents. Log declared that the following 8 hours would be occupied by this event. Notably, this is stressing what a colossal tool Director Log is. I think he's about to be a self-removing problem, though. because he's clearly already far too incompetent to hold his post. After all, I don't know about you, I think we can both guess where this is going. The snake isn't very clever. It's telegraphed everything. In any case, footnote. Following 8 hours. This was an estimation based upon SCP-5620's previous experience with curse removal. In reality, the event took 12 hours, as over 16,000 people comprise Site-322's personal dossier. This, of course, represents a colossal interruption of Foundation activities, and would be intolerable on any other organization that was considered professional. And considering that they're fighting to preserve all of humanity, it would seem that that's just really silly. The sizing of this is odd. I can't seem to get it all on screen, but I suppose no one's really reading it besides myself, so I'm going to stop worrying about it. Okay. Wait, what? He said swallow a small mammal whole, which I suppose, if the rumors are true, is something Richard Gere did, although I'm not sure swallow is quite the word for it. Moving on. Originally, it was believed that explaining this process to Site-322 staff would cause a protest, panic, and/or riot due to the fact that some of their private opinions experiences were being stated to their peers. Instead, it was quickly discovered that not explaining this process ironically led to a mass panic, as personnel were under the belief they were either being fed alive to SCP-5620 or being forced to witness SCP-5620 consuming their colleagues. Eventually, personnel were calmed after the day's proceedings were explained, while opposition remained. It was eventually quelled peacefully when those refusing to participate slowly realized they were not leaving. Staff would be guided by agents one row at a time towards SCP-5620, where it would then utilize its anomalous properties to announce a negative event, opinion, or mistake that affects structured log. There was an abridged log of SCP-5620's interactions with various members of Site-322 personnel. Oh boy. Interaction ID 5620-01, subject to Dr. Orange Shans. I don't know why I read that and think something about, I don't know, crapped pants. In any case. I cannot presently see likes, but we have 13 likes. Views, rather, not likes. I'm thinking not everyone clicked like that viewed already. Otherwise, we'd already be there. Yes, well, we don't know if that's true, Carla's speech about Mr. Gere. But when it comes to Hollywood celebrities, I'm not inclined to place money one way or the other. SCP-5620. Oh, no. What?
Mr. Lang, did you hear? Dr. Chance was doing an experiment. Multiple travel. Sent a machine to another universe. It went to another site. 322, the machine exploded and killed another Mr. Lang.
Shots. Yeah, right on the money. Interaction ID 5620156. Subject researcher Ashley Blaze. SCP-5620 described event attempted to midsummer one of Dr. League's morning coffees multiple times, but would ultimately refrain. When questioned about what midsummering is, SCP-5620 would not elaborate, and those that seemed to understand the meaning stayed silent. Well, I have no idea what midsummering something is, but I'm going to say it's probably to the credit of Ashley Blaze that they did not. Interaction ID 5620310. Subject Dr. Michael Mendez. Or Michelle Mendez. It's hard to say. SCP-5620 described event as site manager, an official position given to newer members of personnel. Site manager is responsible for ensuring that site's stock of supplies is maintained, and any issues with the site are communicated to maintenance personnel. Mendez embezzled over $15,000 worth of Amazon e-gift cards. Mendez managed to pay this back by selling gift cards on online marketplaces, taking the money into online casinos, and managing to win a $100 million jackpot within his first 50 slot spins. Well, Mendez needs to be fired, or demoted, or otherwise reallocated, but must be noted as being implausibly lucky. Interaction ID 5620.541. Subject SCP 5595. SCP-5595. Blow me, I'm not coming. Log. That's not how it works, Joff.
Blow me, I get it. The joke is funny because of the gumballs.
Rocks being thrown from the glass house. Imagine a snake racially profiling me, the one creature known by everyone during every period of history for lying is playing stereotypes.
Joffrey, you won't believe this. Did you hear about this? Director Log thinks you're doing a good job.
Real. I don't care. Harumph. Interaction ID 5620696. The previous one would have been much better if any of us knew what 5595 was. Maybe we'll go to that next if time persists. Greetings to all new arrivals. Moving on. Interaction ID 5620696. Subject Director Lorenzo Orecchio Luciano. SCP-5620 described event hacked into SIPNet's personnel assignments and transferred himself to Site 322 solely because his personnel identifier would be updated to 322 LOL 696. Okay, that doesn't require any sort of reprimand whatsoever. Also, how did he hack into... Well, in any case, he might be misapplied. So he should be in IT. But that's hilarious. 322 LOL 696. Interaction ID 56201024. Subject Dr. Elizabeth Moore. SP 5620.
Hard chance.
Log. Nope, right here to Dr. Moore. We're focused on airing her dirty laundry right now. You did chance already, wasting time.
Miss Moore, you will not believe this. Remember, Aunt Chance killed an alternate log.
Chance is seen standing from his seat, running towards the doors, and vehemently attempting to break through the line of agents blocking his exit. More. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yes, good. He realized fast he'd killed a different log. Aunt Chance went into the machine with stolen items from this Paul log. He placed them all over the scene of the crime. He implicated our Paul log in killing another Paul log.
Log slams a coffee mug on the ground. I have to say, I'm really quite enjoying this. No, I do not see the 13 likes. Thank you for letting me know. Let's take care of that right now. This stream is now a success. Thank you all. I don't typically see when it hits 13. That's one service you provide, CB700, and I appreciate it, truly. Interaction ID 56201346. Subject Researcher Joshua Gilmore. SP-5620. Described event. Breached the veil by hiring a market research firm to determine what research prediction would give him the most potential for promotion. Oh, that was stupid. You should have gone with the LLM on that one. Interaction ID 56201583. You know, let's see. I think we're actually going to do something I don't typically do, because I want to make sure we have time to raffle off the game. And I might as well see if there's... Well, look, suffice to say, if anyone wants to join as a guest and is in the green room, please do not count upon me to note that you're in the green room. You need to let me know here as well. Just throwing that out there. I'd be ashamed if you hung out in the green room for 30 minutes and go, wow, just seething over the fact I hadn't noticed you were there. I don't think anyone's done that, but I hope to head it off in advance. We're raffling off a game as provided by one Exodus. You may recall them as the person who's provided almost every game I've raffled off except for brutal. Tunguska, The Visitation. Hot inventory action. More inventory action. Items put in slots. Now this is a bit more like it. Tunguska, The Visitation. If this game appeals to you at all, please tag me in chat so that I can press the random button. Greetings in your chat. You're wrong. Been a while. How are you? Presumably better, really. No.
Other thing you're going to need is the platinum chip. You know, the one Benny.
So that was Tunguska, The Visitation. If you would like Tunguska, The Visitation, please do tag me in chat. No one's entered yet, so the first person who does enter basically gets it. I'm still clicking the button, because tradition. And habit. Interaction ID 5620. Oh, greetings, Lippy. Interaction ID 56201583. Subject researcher Jason Hodges. Lag is half asleep in his seat, as are most of the attendees.
Mr. Locke, you will not believe this.
Do you have to do that every time?
Yeah,
Just tell me.
he has been using your bag.
You're really scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point. My office bathroom isn't locked.
No. Researcher Hodges has been using the bag. The one in your home. Away from Site 322.
Log solely nods. That's a problem. Yeah. I just found the spare key under the rug with the work from home days I've been having. You know, I'm not a crazy person.
No, he is a crazy person.
The curse removal ritual concluded at 5:49 a.m. SP5620 declared Dr. Log free from this wicked curse, despite the fact Log claimed to feel no different than before the ritual. Addendum 56203 update. Director Log reported a slight uptick in positive interactions with his personnel following the completion of the above event. This is significant as it was assumed the embarrassment from the previous day's proceedings would lead to incredibly low morale among Site 322's personnel. Additionally, Log's reported intestinal issues had subsided. Interactions with SP5620 now led to a wider variety of subjects instead of focusing solely on Log's transgressions and those taken against him. Despite the ritual, Log continued to urge SP5620 for further incidents he may have been unaware of. It is unknown if any more fruitful insight was gained through these interactions. Over the course of the following month, Director Log performed a number of sporadic actions, including banning the practice of having office mini-fridges. This privilege had previously been only granted to Dr. Croy. Revoking parking assignments for those within a 3-spot radius of his car. Reassigning Site 322's time tickets to be approved by Site 17's financial department. Hosting and forcing participation in a 3-hour-long karaoke night. Slowly raising the temperature of Site 322 until room temperature reached 26 degrees Celsius, and subsequently acting oblivious when questioned despite visibly perspiring. This behavior ceased after medical staff received a report from Dr. Log stating that he had felt an uncomfortable buildup of gas in his lower digestive tract before receiving a diagnosis. Log raced out of the medical bay. I have to say, so far, the good news on this SCP is that I was pretty certain Log was going to be stupid enough to basically feed himself to SP5620, who, as far as SCPs goes with personality, is quickly becoming one of my favorites. I like this furry snake bastard. In any case, moving on. Transcript begin Log. Log and Croy are seen speedwalking into Site 322. Site 320's Euclid class containment chambers. They approach SP5620. Croy. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. SP5620. Log. Look at me! SP5620 appears at Director Log. SP5620.
Oh, this is not good.
Motherfucker. What the hell's going on? SP5620.
Did you hear? Director log is commenced.
End log. Footnotes covered. So basically, every time Dr. Log eats a little too many beans, he assumes he's cursed because SCP-5620 said as much, prompting him to, well... I'm thinking Log needs to be reassigned. We are once again at the end of an SCP, which means we have time for another request. If anyone would like a particular SCP read, now's an excellent time to request it. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to task Stable Diffusion with creating still more images of SCP-5620. If I was going to keep a sentient SCP as a pet, it'd be 5620. Yes, it's going to constantly embarrass the hell out of me. But, you know, as they note, morale actually improved after all this was out. Unnecessary secrets. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do like my secrets, after all. Greetings, Kaylet! Glad you could drop by. I don't know if you saw, Kaylet, we were raffling off a game. You're totally welcome to join in as well. Tunguska, the visitation, with hot inventory management action. Also, I'm pretty sure the player character squashed a wolf with his mind, so that was pretty metal. Hold on, I'm familiar to Arketer. You know, I do... SCP-1483 coming up, and I'm going to see if I can't fetch a rat. I've been meaning to, you know, present one of them for some time now, after all. This shouldn't take long. Bear with me. Chat amongst yourselves. The war, Civil War, neither... Well, wasn't civil. That's a very old one. We can discuss that. Certainly, it's still relevant. We're up to 16 likes. Thank you all for your kind support. This is a fantastic success. I'm getting a rat. Be right back. Yes, dead air. It's a most intolerable thing to have. But it's worth it, and I feel like playing it fast and loose. We'll be moving on with the SCP-1483. Those of you who are familiar with the Unexplained Pictures of Rats channel on my Discord server may know the name of this rat. But I'm not saying it. But suffice to say, the good boy, one of three brothers, and with a particular hatred of my face. But we're not going to get into that. SCP-1483 Object Class, Euclid. Special containment procedures. Only minimal security measures are necessary to contain SCP-1483 due to both the nature of the property and difficulty in accessing it. All enter and exit universe B1028 Alpha 1483 is to be regulated by Falcon and Dust Side stations located on both sides of the transition zone. In the event of an aggressive invasion of baseline by SCP-1483, the emergency charges around Dust Side Station are to be detonated, cutting off access to SCP-1483. All personnel assigned to the Foundation, Embassy, or any other sites within the boundaries of SCP-1483 may only be held accountable to the provisions of their Basic Operations Charter by the Overseer Board. In all other matters, personnel will be held to the laws of SCP-1483 and all provisions of agreements made between the throne of the Empress, and the Imperial Institute of Paranatural and Esoteric Study, henceforth referred to as EAPS. Foundation sites within SCP-1483 are considered a semi-autonomous district of operations under the Exploratory Research Provisions 05 Special Order 108A. The position of Commissioner has been instituted with Level 5 clearance to oversee Foundation operations within SCP-1483. The individual holding the position has no authority outside of this jurisdiction. No, I didn't name this threat is not named Dark. That would be weird and really vain. If you have the ability to hear supersonic noises, though, you could hear him laughing. Just a fun note, because that's exactly what he's doing right now. You can tickle rats. Description: SCP-1483 is the continent of Antarctica, as confirmed by local maps and day-night cycles located in the universe B10208 Alpha 1483, and entered by means of passing through a small crevasse, just approximately 1.7 meters across, located in the Queen Alexandra mountain range. Coordinates redacted. The transition location is classified as SSUIS-2, or Stable Stationary Unaided Instantaneous Safe Two-Way Universal Overlap. SCP-1483's environment is most notable in its overall lack of surface ice. Nope. The majority of the continent consists of a central BWH desert region, interspersed with seasonal rivers and lakes. Vegetation is sparse, primarily consists of coastal forests and scrubland. Agriculture is carried out during the summer. Just a quick question, Caleb. Was this number chosen precisely or arbitrarily? Because it's kind of starting to read like a travel log. Like, the Foundation once sent Anthony Bourdain there to complain about the food, maybe. Agriculture is carried out during the summer months. There are a complex series of irrigation canals and large plantations taking advantage of glacial melts. The average summer temperature is approximately 35 centigrade or 95 degrees Fahrenheit, with winter temperatures reaching negative 35 or negative 31 Fahrenheit. The cause of this temperature and the implications on the rest of the planet's climate are unknown at the time. Many species of native life bear no resemblance to baseline species, and several have been specifically bred or otherwise modified by SCP-14831. There is no indication of biological cross-contamination between SCP-1483 and baseline. Similarities are the result of convergent evolution. The sapient inhabitants of SCP-1483 are designated as SCP-14831 or Homo antarcticus. The exact lineage of the species is unknown at this time. The last shared ancestor with H. sapiens is considered to be the B10208 Alpha 1483 instance of H. heidelbergensis. A single subspecies and numerous racial variants exist, with several clades formed by application of specific anomalous properties to certain populations. Yes, somehow new, Kat, somehow. I don't know if you have looked at the trailer for the game, Caleb. You might like it. No one's entered the raffle for the game yet. Just noting. See Addendum 02 for a listing of major clades of SCP-14831. SCP-1483 is currently unified under the Third Antarctic Empire. Let's see. A direct translation of the government's full title is Third Granddaughter Domain of the South beneath the Sun upon the Throne of Bones. A matriarchal imperialist monarchy overseeing 17 independent provinces. Provincial governments are answerable to a central regulatory bureaucracy operating out of the capital. The current imperial government was founded in 1526 CE and is the third such ruling body to unify the continent. Records prior to year 2-151553C. These dates mark the restructuring, the bureaucratic restructure, and standardization of the language after the loss of the Hall of Records are both rare and generally inaccurate. The Empire's technology level is roughly equivalent to that of 20th century baseline with certain exceptions. Nuclear, geothermal, and solar power are more prevalent energy sources than fossil fuels, while communication and aerospace technologies lag behind the baseline significantly. Wired telecommunications and primitive commuting systems are extant only within developed areas. The majority of the population of SCP-1483 resides in urban centers connected by a train network or large plantation settlements. Most settlements contain subterranean districts for inhabitation during the winter months. Mainstream imperial culture is highly stratified, female-dominated class system Their regional variants or throwbacks to older cultural structures exist in outlying areas. The existence of anomalous objects is common knowledge within the Empire, officially dealt with by the Imperial Institute of Paranatural and Esoteric Study and military force as necessary. The Foundation is treated as a public ward of the IIPES. EEPS! The Foundation's presence and purpose in SCP-1483 is tolerated by Imperial authorities. However, the Foundation is limited to operations within authorized area. Access to sealed records, specific information regarding items under the Institute's control, and any information deemed sensitive by the Empire or EEPS is likewise limited. No, the rat will not be raffled. Only the game. The rat is mine. You can't have the rat. You can't have the rat. You can't have the other two rats to which it is immediately related. Get your own rats. Get your own fancy rats with a pedigree. Tracing back to the Tower of London as it happens. A pot rat. It's a, well, kind of a charming joke, really. But suffice to say, if you didn't know, rats are fantastic pets and need to be kept as pets more often. Eating rats is wrong. It's like eating dogs. Just not right. And besides, it's very unfair. They only live for like 4 years anyway. Those 4 years should be fantastic. Yes, but that plague is not to be blamed on the rats. It's to be blamed on the fleas that were riding on the rats. And certainly you will never hear me defend fleas. Or pretty much anything that sucks blood. I don't think there is a single thing that consumes blood in a predatory fashion that I approve of. I'd purge the lot. Moving on. See Addendum 01 for listing of major anomalous objects under Imperial control. At the rate this time is running out, I don't think so. Okay, this is either Scrubbles, Tump, or Binks. I still can't recall. I'm not going to say which. Yes, especially. The best thing about vampires continues to be the fact that they don't exist in our reality. That's the single best thing about them. And as much... I suppose they are lab rats, but these aren't experimented on. No, they will live their lives completely unbothered by tests. Some minor training, of course. Not that I'm very good at training rats to do tricks. Quite frankly, I'm just glad he's behaving well enough not to try to get on my desk, because he will. He typically does, in fact. Make great effort to get right on the keyboard. He's behaving. Good rat. Good rat. We're not even halfway through this thing yet. Thanks, Kara. You put me in overtime. Like 6... Quick poll! Chat, this is very important. Is anyone actually interested in this SCP? No. I'm breaking bad habit if I deal with that. When questioned about regions outside the borders of SCP-1483, an Imperial liaison responded, "The dealings of savages in their rotting lands have no concern to us. Do not waste your time in asking after them." Addendum 01. The EEPS has catalogued over 3,000 anomalous items and entities since its founding during the Second Empire era. A footnote of dates that have no relevance to anyone. Of note is the presence of certain patterns within anomalous items that do not exist within baseline, with some correlation with SCP-1483-C. The Institute's philosophy towards anomalous items is focused primarily on destruction of threats, study, and public preparation. Approximately 500 items are actively contained or monitored by the Institute at this time. Most notable of these include SCP-1483, Sanakir, the remains of a massive unknown organism, much of which currently serving as the framework for the Imperial Palace. Estimates of SCP-1483-A's framework initial size indicate the creature weighed in excess of 10,000 tons. The entity features heavily in local folklore, albeit in generally unproven, often contradictory accounts. What can be said with certainty is that SCP-1483-A's death led to the formation of the First Empire. SCP-1483-B, the Mars of Issa, a series of MUID1, unstable, mobile, unaided, instantaneous, dangerous, one-way, universal overlaps, which will randomly manifest across SCP-1483. These overlaps are visible, though intangible, appearing as dark clouds at ground level. Their appearance is accompanied by the manifestation of 3 to 20 SCP-14831-F, which will consume all life in their path and will persist for 1 to 6 hours. Periods of manifestations vary between 15 seconds and up to 45 days with an average of 10 to 12 hours. SCP-1483-C, The Blessings of Akum. An interval term applied to 18 known schools of cult practice. Folklore claims that these schools originated with a series of objects used to kill SCP-1483-A, though this has not been confirmed. Information regarding SCP-1483-C is highly regulated by the Institute. There is known that forms of SCP-1483-C have been used in modification of the populace, and that the 18 schools are practiced throughout the Empire. Addendum 02. Notable clades of SCP-1483 include SCP-14831-A, the Summer Court. The majority population of SCP-14831, generally similar to baseline humanity, though more resistant to extreme temperatures and possessing an overall more broad build. Sorry, Freudian slip there. SCP-14831-B, the Black Court. A subspecies of 14831 specialized to survive outside in winter conditions by means of a thick layer of body fat and fur. Incapable of reproducing with other clades, SCP-14831-B traditionally takes over most facets of public life, including the Senate, military, and administrative positions during the winter months. Summer months are spent in nomadic communes. SCP-14831, C. Members. Members of the religious hierarchy of the Empire, possessing a second pair of arms, with segments of a seemingly decorative metallic exoskeleton encircling the limbs and torso, capable of dispelling instances of SCP-1483-B. SCP-14831-D watches upon all the rarest clade of SCP-14831, generally found serving in special positions under direct instruction of the Empress or leading bands of SCP-14831-C. SCP-14831-D specimens stand approximately 2.5 meters in height, possess 2 additional pairs of arms, and have more extensive iterations of SCP-14831-XC exoskeletons. Iris and sclera of the eyes are completely black. Local myths claim that SCP-14831-D have received all the blessings of SCP-1483-C. SCP-14831-E, Minor Clades. This classification includes all minor clades native to outlying provinces that have not yet been studied in detail by the Foundation. SCP-14831-F, Feastlings. Entities that will manifest alongside SCP-1483-B instances. SCP-14831-F will appear as emaciated SCP-14831 and are singularly violent in behavior, attacking and consuming any nearby organisms. Of course. A timeline of Foundation involvement in SCP-1483 as it follows. 1912, the first evidence of SCP-1483's existence can be traced back to Journal of One, redacted, a member of the British Antarctic Expedition 1910 under Robert Falcon Scott. Dingus claimed to have seen a dark-skinned humanoid figures emerging from a rift. He was unable to make contact with entities, but nonetheless provided a detailed description of figures. Dingus did not alert any other members of the expedition about the event. 1989. Cromhack's journal was recovered from Marshall Carter in Dark Auction House and is catalogued without study. 1991. The journal is removed from storage by Dr. Edith Yard. Plans for an expedition are made. 1994. Reconnaissance force consisting of Strike Team Iota-15 makes first foray into 1483. 0508 pushes for further exploration of 1483 and contact the natives. 1996. A second reconnaissance mission is made by Iota-15. 1997. A third and final reconnaissance mission is made by Iota-15. 1998. The Yard expedition makes contact with the Imperial government the first time. 2000. The Foundation embassy is founded in the Imperial capital of Rootrel. Official agreements of the occupation are signed by Empress Utmazin 4, 5, 6. Roman numeral, detailing the rights and functions of Foundation personnel within SCP-1483 and procedure for communication with the outside. 2000, Dr. Edith Yard is appointed position of Commissioner. 2001, Delsai Station is built at the point of transition. Falcon Station is built on baseline point of transition. 2004, 1483 Alpha is built in Sakhalin Province. Site 1483 Beta is built in Grey Mountain Province. 2009, Site 1483 Gamma is built in Isle Province. 2010, Dr. Edith Yard dies due to respiratory infection. 2011, Dr. Thomas Bailey is appointed as Commissioner. Okay. Well, we're done with that one. And just in time. Only for the fact that we haven't raffled off a game yet. Did absolutely anyone want this upcoming game? We'll play through it one more time. Tag me in chat. Just look at it. Just look at it. And note, I mean the game. The rat is not for raffle. Or for offloading incapacity. Okay, number 6. I'm still better over numerals. And numbers in general. Look at that. He put something in his inventory. Take that light bulb. Crushed a wolf with his mind. That was metal. Anyone? It's free! Just, tag me in chat, I click the random button. And then you'd get it, because there's only one entry at that point. No? No? How did autoplay activate itself again? I was pretty sure I thought I disabled that. Well, I think we're just about done here, especially if no one's entering the raffle. That's completely wasting my effort in securing this trailer and background information. Honestly, it's a bit inconsiderate, not least of which that... Oh! Does it? Well then... It's not... surely not a bad game? Especially at this price. And, quite frankly, if someone did enter the raffle for the game, that would be good, because it would clear the way for the next game. I could, yes, but would it be any different? Look, we are past time I should shut down, so now is an excellent time for all the creators in chat, if you so wish, presuming you have a wrench, which you almost certainly do, to promote your own work, your own channels, your own videos, your own streams, I don't know, whatever, just put the link in there. Meanwhile, my rat cannot speak, but I'm sure he'd wish you all well. Actually, no, he wouldn't. He would ask for snacks. Look, they're simple creatures. Simple pleasures. Narrowly focused. I wish you could have heard that commentary. Sometimes I swear they understand me. You just have to take my word for it. He snorted at just the right time to imply. He just... Okay then. No raffle this time. We'll do it again. But, if anyone wants it at all, it's a good idea to go ahead and enter for it, because there are more. Exodus has been very generous. And the next games might be still more amusing, but I think it's best to get rid of one at a time, personally. As for my schedule for the remainder of the week, tomorrow is the next Solitary Refinement Show. Music. Awkward gyrating. Banter. More. On the site that I cannot mention here without triggering some sort of idiotic YouTube algorithm. But if you remember the Octalabs Volunteer Reserve server, you surely know where and when. And this Saturday is completely and utterly free of complication. So the Oracle Wade returns! Assuredly. No more cancellations. The dry spell is over. Hope to see you at both these locations, at these times. And otherwise, wishing all the best. So long as progress continues, success is inevitable. Ostensibly.